The next one's from Sean Burgess, and the subject is Killer Cross concern. Gents, hope you're all doing good and good health wishes to Konnan. I want to preface this so I'm not misunderstood. I think Cross is the best out there right now. Looks, acts, and performs like a superstar week in, week out, in my eyes and the eyes of fans of older wrestling. But is Cross going to become a victim of the modern Meltzer-led work rate and rope work era of wrestling and not as big of a star as he should? I asked this off the back of your discussion with Billy last week, where he said returning wrestlers in WWE aren't lifting up any trees when it comes to ratings. I imagine that's because the only people left watching are those who are diehards in like a 30-minute 5-star match over an episodic long-term storyline of larger-than-life characters, like Cross. The perception of Cross is that he doesn't suit that style, and perhaps he's a star in the wrong era. I hope I'm wrong. Thoughts? And that's cheers from Sean. We've said this repeatedly, that, of the 5 tools that you need for wrestling, work is probably Cross's least on the 5. Because bro, he's a big guy that doesn't really do a lot in the ring. His whole thing is aura, facials, personality, vignettes and stuff like character driven. It's like he doesn't do the stuff that these guys like, that the work rate people like. And it's like that is problematic because there's a lot of fans of that out there.
Yeah, and let me just add to that I think much like myself, TNA and Disco, they see as a special talent and won't be affected with I'm not one of the guy that tries to have a 5-star match every time out. He's tailor-made for movies and TV, and I think he'll be a huge success in both fields when all is said and done. He's a special talent, bro. I've been around. You don't see that many, and when you see him, they stick out. He's a special talent. How other people can even question that is beyond me. Billy questions it, and I just question his wrestling IQ. It's like, bro, he's special.
It's a thing of like when you, and then this is a problem in wrestling and like the dirt sheet guys and the way they look at this. When you get so centered on the work, it's like the other stuff doesn't really interest you, like the backstage vignettes. Like you're not really interested in stuff like that. So when somebody is doing like these minute and a half, they're doing good work in their minute and a half. It's like they don't really get a lot of props for it, because like nobody's really paying attention to the only thing people pay attention to today is like MJF's promo, so and so's promo. But like, bro, the backstage vignettes are like so underwhelming that like people don't even really notice when there's good ones. Like every time Cross does a backstage vignette or an interview and everything, he nails it every single time. So it's like and people I don't think recognize that because it's only a minute here, a minute and a half there. But bro, the guys like that will make a TV show really good. Like the Bloodline, their work in the ring is fine. They're really good in the ring. But what stands out is the work they're doing backstage, acting. Telling stories, the storyline progression, stuff like that. So that's where I think a lot of fans today kind of aren't paying attention to that as much as they should, because that's a major part of producing a television show and making it good is when your segments. But bro, remember how bad like in WWE maybe 3-4 years ago when like every backstage segment was force-fed scripted, and all it looked like is like the characters were trying to recite their lines and thinking about them in their head, and they were terrible. Until they kind of took the reins off and let guys kind of freelance a little bit more, and it becomes more organic. So it's like I think that's where like WWE has improved, and AEW has not hit that stride yet, where guys are just coming across.
Believe the guy's a star, but we've worked with him.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if you know this, Konnan, but recently I've actually sent Cross some ideas, for lines and stuff to use. So clearly that's just going to skyrocket. And
there's no way he's used any of your lines.
Hey guys, let's go.